5, 6, and 7. Opening the arm. 8, 1, step, cross. Line like this, and then the tricky one. We go clap. We go hitting the chest. Then we go hitting our hip, and we hit our foot. So it goes 1 and 2 and then 10. Yeah. So again. Probably you can repeat it too. So no harm in repeating the combo. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Marina. Bonnie, we do the same routine in Paso. We did the last couple lectures. Marina, I don't know if you're being on one of those or not. The one with the clapping. Okay, then have fun learning it with us. You have a new camera or something. Just look brighter in your apartments. Okay, ready. Going through this Paso combination. We'll discuss some of the shapes and lines. We'll focus today a little more on the flow of our wrists and how any sharp lines can always be added with attention to the wrist, and how we will make our priority to communicate our abdominal renewing contraction with the articulation of the joint. How we'll keep imagining a certain puppet strings, like we have a string, and we can decide if we're doing it for the middle of the arm, if we do it a little more for the wrist, if we do it more for the chest and arm. So always relating it to the center, and we go through the combo. Couple more times. Leg together, building 1, 2, 3, 4. A little wind up to the left, because we'll do now right and get into the twisted position the first line. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and 5, 6, and 7. We go in a cross position on our toes, and we bring our arms up with the bent elbows and the idea of castanets. And when it was turning, we was trying to explore the space behind us, so it can be a cool transition from being close in the front space to be a little more arrogant and have an attitude through the spiral. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left, right. Spiral. Cross step, side lunge. And this is the tricky one. I'll just show what we're doing here. We're changing the weight to the left. We do 4 claps. Palm, chest. Why we change? No, we don't change weight. Sorry. I'm one mistake on my side. Sorry. We're staying on the same. We're unwinding, but we need to have our left leg free of weight. So we're turning, clap, chest, hip, foot. So we're starting from like a clockwise movement. Palms, chest, hip, heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're turning into a press line forward. Again, guys, I'll do for you just in a second. Clap, tap your chest, tap your hip, tap your heel, and think that the heel is in place and you're turning to hit the press line around it. Yes, yes, very good. So we are doing thing on the right, and we're doing clap, chest, hip, heel, and then into press line. It counts up 5 and 6 and 7. And 5 and 6 and 7. So a couple more times I'll do with you. Say here and go 5 and 6 and 7. Yay. Good, good. Ready? Let me just take this position, you'll see me fine. And because we shift our screen a little bit now, this is ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. The next visual idea is a circular pattern, which we're starting with the hand, and we bring it to the 12 o'clock, to the top position. Here, we'll continue with the clap. This arm, left arm, stay in place. This arm continue the journey to hit the leg, and then the leg goes forward, and then we go into a kind of a spot turn. So lunge here we have 6, 7, 8, 1, and then clap, clap, spot, turn. So how we do spot turn? We place it into pressure, pressure, pivoting, weight on the left, close, and get to the split position. Here we can build up a little attitude for the drop. And from the drop, back, side, close, side, close. And ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah? So, then maybe Moni, you already learned this, so let's, Marina, of course we'll be showing it again with you, but I'll just give a little tips and hints. What I'll try you to do in your first preparation, to start with your arms slightly on the right, and when you will be building up, you will be visualizing a round trajectory to the left side before you get into your back step. So think that you will be like starting with somewhat open palm, and with the contraction on your lower belly, you will be inviting your wrist to go in, and then somewhere around your head, you will be having a transition from inward to outward, and this is where you will get to your next thing. So starting on the right and belly, pulling your fingertips in, and then you passing them across to the other side for the wind up into your press line. So starting on the right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7. So just again showing, there is a tiny pull in your elbows, in like out, to open the room. So if the elbows is not moving, then you feel a little strange. So elbows going out for your palms to go on a specific trajectory around your head. Bonnie, for this particular one, don't go too much out. Sometime it will be about bring it outside. Here we want to stay a little more close to our body because it's a little more about the twist in a narrow space. And if you see, man, from a side like this, I will do. Like this. One, pararam, 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 pa, pa. So it will also be creating more round movement inside. Let me show just a different version of it. Pararam, pararam. So I can go through like a little rainbow above me. And it's in different occasions, it will be a cool thing to do. But here we're doing more like a bubble wrap around each other, around ourselves. So I'm starting, you see, with my arms seen on one side. And let me just do the same to you. Here on your right, then as you're building it, you start turning your torso. And somewhere here you are in the neutral position. Then when you bring it down, you can feel the other elbow in the back space before getting it. Yes. So Joseph, don't get to the straight arms here. So we go up and around, and so think like you're holding something. Guys can use a fist, and you can get a little fluid uphill to go in this cross position. Okay, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very nice, very nice. There will be some big lines just around the corner. So don't hesitate to start with a little more curvy lines. Not extended, but within. Marina, a personal task for you. Stay, like I see you have a piece of wall right there. Put yourself, you'll be my wall. So put yourself for a moment right next to the wall. Stay from doing it. And find a way not to touch the wall. Yeah, so I see many of you using this space too much. So see how it can be done. Within the bubble of yours, yes. This would be next. Okay, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Yes. Yeah, Jennifer. Let's just, I'll do one little thing for everyone, Jennifer, but this one for you as well. Let's see what's the full range of our rotation. So if we're starting with the palms open, let's say, and we go in, and there is a moment when we feel our wrists can be in and our fingers out. And then we can go into the reverse thing, and we can bend our elbows to pass the arm next to our head. So one, processing all this rotation there is. This is where you give more texture to your movement. Yes. So you was doing it good with the arms, but a little restricted in your wrists. Let's get there. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Yep. So when you go to the back lunge, I want you to feel a little more. Bonnie, this one is for you. Will be more time. We can develop this line huge. We have little time, so keep basically like you have a, like if you'll be in the gym and you have this pulley and you need to do 1, 2, so just practicing your pecs. You don't practicing your deltoids or your back or anything. You're practicing your pecs. Ta, ta. And this is the preparation. The next one, let's make it big. Let's make it up and let's catch our left hand in the right wrist. So you can be really sharp and you can have a really dynamic arm in a very clear stop. So, ready? Guys, make it a little more articulated. Now, when you will land this line, you will feel concave, that you have a curved shape on the front. Like this. And then you will be turning to more open. Ready from beginning. Open palm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Now, when we will be opening our arms, we equally working our legs and our rhomboids to do this. So you end opening arms and creating the arch. So from here, it's like you fighting against suppression and opening yourself. Arms out, and I'm building through this. So I'm trying to give the risk of turning in a not exactly vertical shape, but slightly inclined. So let's do it again. Arrived and pressing your triceps out, and think that your palms, they can stay like a brush. They can be a little bit delayed. And then when you feel some opening, you can get into articulation of your wrist. So pulling them out, elbow go down and to the back, and palms are turning, and you're having this feeling of real stretch in your pectorals, and the arm goes into a pretty impressive back space. And it's temporary. You don't hold it for too long. You're just visiting it, and then your arm goes right back into the front for your next element. So land it. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So 4 is just a recovery. If we hit the line on 3, 4, we can press a little bit into our belly. 4, 5, and 6, and 7. I want to skip one, so let's do it just a few more times. Clap, chest, da, da, da. And when I'm trying to just do it like a competition version, the last clap, the last thing, don't have to be like exactly a punch. You can kind of mark it. So now I didn't actually touch it, but it looked like there is a certain gesture. And yeah, da, 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 da. But you're giving yourself a freedom of turn. Yes. So let's call the fourth one optional. The first 3 is obligatory. Clap, chest, thigh, and da. Yes. Let's do from beginning. So I'll just check on your hands. And ready? Beginning. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. From there, one more time. Just do it full out. Don't be shy of like, just do it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Okay, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Looking at you, just a little. Thank you, Melissa. To squeeze in the elbow. So you try to do this, but you not allow your chest to open and for the elbows to go out. So it's not the wrist going out. This is what I was criticizing for. But the elbows goes out is a must for your wrist to have a space around. And then if I would ask you to visualize how you're starting with the shoulder up. Let's say you, whatever direction you're starting is your 12 o'clock. So now turn your shoulder blades at least 2 hours to the right. So it will be for your 2 o'clock, and then bring them through 12 to 11 to 10, maybe even a little further to 9 o'clock. So face and the shoulder blades. Wooba, wooba. So this would be the coolness of your preparation, and that all of this is moved in space by your torso from deep inside. Yeah, ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Yes, yes. Beginning, I like very much. The moment when you're hitting the line forward, give yourself this idea that the legs goes a little further. Your head will be there, but your belly stay remote. Your belly don't go as far as your toes. Da-da. So like somebody pointing a Swiffer, a knife into your belly, like what? You're protecting, no, maybe 5 times more. It is still look like your butt is there and your waistline is like this. I know you're trying hard to collect the core, but now just choose that you can, yes, not to, there is a little trick. If I'm not turning, then it's hard, and of course I'm not doing it like this either. It felt like this because there is a certain degree of rotation, and when I get into this, there is a, when I say you have to listen, the curve on the front side, it's, let's say the line passing through your collarbone, through your bra, through the rib, and through the front edge of your pelvis. So this is a line you curving against. And when you're hitting this, so you end twisted and curved, and this is what will look more doable and more special. Yeah? So let me, did you visualize the line? From collarbone to the rib, to the hip, and to the step, and ta-da. Yes, almost there, almost there. Yes, and good, 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 good. Yes. Doing good. Let's discuss one little detail here about what can make this turn look a little weird. If we're going this way, any opening need to still have a certain anchor point. So the moment when I'm changing my shape, if you see my head, it is still try to stay a little bit against the turn. And then when I'm opening my arms, I still have a little delay. And then like my head was then rolling over to the other shoulder. And this is something what can make your turn look like it's not stressed in the middle. Almost there. Maybe not bad. And I think most of you is a little bit late with lowering your right hand. So when I get here, right hand goes into the lower space just a little bit too up, just a little bit earlier. Don't hold it in the air for too long. Ta-da. Yes, that was better. Let's do from beginning. After all the elegant thing, we can put some steam, some little edge to our pelvic and hitting this cross, because moving your preparation to the left would hopefully trigger resistance inside you. And then you'll have your power rate together. Sorry, I fell a little bit. What I was trying to do a little bit different. Oh, it's just for our option to play with. When we get through the circle, we can keep our a different choosing a different focus or different look to it. One is being dark and inward and reserved and have this thing going, or allowing some pride and together with the arm elevate our sternum. So this can be your line when you're looking at like 60-degree up, and then this thing can have just a little more attitude to it. Yeah. So let's try today with the arm to develop a little port de bras, which will basically, you want to see your clapping hands. So here when I go one, yeah. So after bam, boom, bam, we stay in the first line, and we putting our weight over the left leg and developing spiral action to go across. He was trying to challenge our hip, our groin area extension, to get into a deeper, a longer step, and diagonal, press line, start developing the circle through your arm and bring your chest up, left, hit, forward, left, left. I'll look at all of this. So in the end, let's see how we can, as we're building up, how we can get through this arm, and then the moment of drop, we can stay absolutely still. Again, it's optional. More typical one is drop your hands, but something atypical can be that I'm building the line, and I'm keeping the stillness in the upper part when I'm going through the drop. So giving it a little quiet, quiet look, but we not always have to scream. If we're thinking of the previous element, sounds a little more like screaming when we're turning. And this can be internal explosion. So the previous one is external, and this one like a little poof inside you. Okay, let's start from the first line. 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, When we go through the circle, we finding the moment of, let's say, open palm, and then as we bending the elbow, we go through the curve, and we bring this wrist to somewhat up, looking upwards, the palm turning up, here, inward, and looking up. So then when we're clapping, we can have this little characterized look. So not just like that, but here, you might be more specific in the design. And let's do from press line. And 7, 8, sorry, the first press line before we go in. 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. So 4 and 5 we arrive, 6 we're building up, 7 we're doing 7. 7. So think it's just one beat to hit, to change the weight only. Yeah. So is it keep doing too much release in your hips? Paso requires more butt pressing forward through the pelvic and keeping it open. This area open and project. Don't hide it in the back. Yeah. Ready. Lunge. 7. After you bam 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 bam. 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Yes, yes, almost there. One more time. One more time. Please do one thing for me. When you go, keep your front leg straight. Yeah. Okay, ready, please. 7, forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Not bad at all. Not bad. Not bad. Looking at you. Ready, please. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Little by little, lunge forward. And when you start developing the build up through your legs, feel how your arms kind of like umbrella. So when you pushing it, the sticks are folding in. So you hit your umbrella open. Now as you're building up, you folding your arms a little bit inwards and around your back. And this is a moment where you're changing direction to complement your crossing leg. 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Yes. Then, when we're hitting 5, it is really important that you choose a pace. You might go 5, 6, maybe some speeding up in the middle, but I would like you to really calculate it. So for 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. So how this trajectory goes, I don't know, in Russian we would use the word icebreaker. It just goes through no matter what, breaking the ice, the ship in the Arctic. So the arm moves through slowly but clearly. No delays, no acceleration, just doing its thing. So we go 4 and 5, and so this is looking a little bit other dance, other style. So let's, yes, just one more. Stay on 2 legs and press your pelvis forward. Good. Now just open a little bit your right leg, and I'll keep this projected and go into a lunge. Yes. And starting with our hand on 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. One little thing there is that through this, invisibly for others, I'm changing my weight over the front foot. So I'm not in a split anymore. When I'm clapping, I know next thing I need to pick my leg. And I don't want to look, I want to be already in the place, so my head is not wobbling, not moving anywhere. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. And let's talk about this hand. So it comes across, and how quickly the transition from slash into a steam which picks a hot air balloon. So you're hitting it and then immediately softening to bring it up and then highlight the legs. Ready? Lunge. 7. Arms like umbrella, holding into as you go away. Start crossing against your step. Side. And here the trickiness is not to move your arms too much. Keep them pretty much the same. And now your arms in the right place to start. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. So hitting this position on 4 and 5, what I said, a quicker transition, doing it even just a little bit faster. I really feel that the only thing makes it going sooner is a motivation from my legs to my belly button. So I'm hitting 5. The next thing I'm going is 6, 6, 7. And this is why the slash in the arm goes this way and then into the thing. And let's get from the very beginning to the subject. Whatever your beginning is, you're starting it here. So a little pressure in the booties, and then, so my beginning of the arm. 1, 1, 2. Then when I grow further, the transition goes again through the ribs and through the belly. Now, when I go into my lapel, it have a little stretch. And then again, I go through the belly when I'm hitting this line. The moment I'm about to start opening, I again go through my toes to a higher psoas. And you can see this is what pulling my arms down, blah, 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 hitting my arm to do this line. Then when you go with your claps, exactly same. I will be doing belly, because this will organize me for any tricky movements, but also this thing should not look like you're doing it like a baby who is still learning how to coordinate the arm. It needs to look that you know exactly, like there is a trap mechanism installed inside you. And then the arm is just following it. And then you get to your lunge. And when I do my umbrella thing, it's of course happening from my psoas to my lats and to my, so if you see this, and it's reflecting in my wrists And again, if I want to twist, it reflected here. Wah, da, 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 ya, da, da. Now, I'm about to start my circle. I do it again. A little less visual, but it goes through the belly. I'm opening, I'm keeping it super solid. All of this is just a little stability, ya, da. But then, of course, your belly working right through your thing. 4 and 5, and belly 6, 6, 7, 7. I drop my 7. What's next? Looking at the belly, 8 and 1. So it's a continuous pulsation, continuous recharge, 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 like a heartbeat for your movement. Let's do it. I'll do once with you, but then I'll start looking and checking belly, 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 belly. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Is it different? Yes, when you use the belly more? Good, good. Let me see it, please. Let me see it. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Good, good. So Marina, when you go into the street, I know claps might be a little tricky. Just finish with the press line forward. Yeah? But so palm, chest, hip. Palm, chest, hip. Palm, chest. Palm, chest, hip. Yes. Palm, chest, hip, and finish the touch. Yeah? This was nice. I'll come just a little bit more continuous. So think how your belly have a recharge, a little discharge, recharge, a little recovery moment, and then again charge. Ready? Just a little more space. Step a couple steps back. Yes, like this. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Not bad. Let's just try one little. All of you will benefit from this little training. Try to imagine that the moment when you're starting to pick up your hands, you have a little resistance on the bottom. And the moment you're doing it, you're working to start picking in it. The moment you reach up, it's like somebody hooking your arms and pulling them up. So now your belly is working to pull your legs down and help you grow through. So first, resistance to pick them up, and then resistance to bring them down. So this is not exactly just an even curve. So let's see if you will open an arms, then go up, then come up, bring them down and across. Just not out. Keep this right across your face. So think that you're, okay, it's a little exaggeration, but like your right biceps want to brush your nose or your cheek or your face. So you go one, pararam, up. So you go, you keep it close. Then it will mean that the system inside you is much more connected rather than you moving it out. So feel that you very close around you. Yeah, ready? And just one more thing. Okay, yes, I'll give it a look before commenting again. Ready? Breathing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Okay, so then let's just do a few things with you. After press line, da da da, try not to reduce the sense of compression. Cross on the bent knee, replace on the bent knee, and press forward. So this whole thing needs to stay solid. You want a little bit like there was a break in between. Ta ta ta. So this back here, one pump pump. Let's try to imagine that there is a certain amount of compression. The hips are high, but the ribs are low, and we have a feeling of containment, compression. And when we go through the next one, yeah, ta, ta, we're not really compromising it, it's still there. Ta, ta. Yeah, and look, one more little trick, we don't turn, we're not turning. If we twist it to the right, yeah, ta, ta, we keep the same shape, we only opening the leg. So this is one of these weird moments where we do 2 dimensions. So if I'm staying like this, da, da, da. You see, if I'm doing sideways, it still looks flat, and this is designed to be like this. It's not da, da, da. So I'm not turning. Here, ba, ba. And then when I will be bringing the arm, it's to make, I know, grotesque, I believe the word, just a little picturesque, not the flow, but the line. And when we're leading the hand, just a little bit, as soon as you do this, it's softening a little bit. Give it a little balletic feel, like you're doing a different style. For the Paso, feel that you want to push it from under the bra and through your open biceps and through your palm, and somewhere here you can turn it into, so here it's fine, but in the beginning, if it's soft wrist, if it's different attitude, different characterization. No, palm up, palm forward. You are still looking your palm back, here, up, yes, 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 summoning. Hey, you people, come challenge me, or like raise your hands to support me, or whatever. Summoning, yes. Bonnie and everybody else, but Bonnie more. I'll give you counts before. I'll give you 5, 6, 7, 8. For you to visualize the timing of pam, pararam, pararam, parara, papa. So it's not just a movement without a time limitation. La, la, la. I need to be certain to get through my circle and find that I'm reaching the final position, and I spend just a little extra time there. because this is where I'm preparing for the exit. If count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 catching me somewhere here, I will look messy. So know that it will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. It have to be a flow. You only have 3 counts. So in 3 counts, there is no time to really present it like it's a super slow movement. It's a new word I learned today, but viscosity. It do have a degree of viscosity, but it's, yes, thank you. But it's not just stuck. It's not too hard. Ready? I count previous 4 counts, so you feel the speed and plan your trajectory. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. One little detail, Suzanne, I forget to tell you, and here most of my students doing the same. The arm, after you clapping, need to go circle. So it's not just going down to clap, but it goes 1, continue, circle movement. Yeah. If we go just a little like deeper to the particular design, the arm which will stay left arm will be crossing to my belly, right arm will be crossing to my back. Yeah. And then if you think that this is their landing, and through the turn, I drag them across. Yeah, ta, ta. So after we need 2 and 3, they landing left of the belly, right of the back, and now pull them across and finish. Yeah, so from belly back to back belly. Let's just do a few times this thing. Keep your arms attached. Keep your wrists touching your skin and do across, 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 across. Good. And now let's start with your left arm in front. And now do your free step turn. With the arms doing their job while your body is turning. Yes. Yeah, and this arm which can go a little bit more open. Ready from beginning. Plan your time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just one more time. Then you never get to the place on this side where you feel ready to go out. You start, let's say, 75%. So look, 100% is 1, 2, 3. This is your 100%. 4 and 5. Now you need to get on the other side and bring and be brought down. Together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, not bad. Little by little. Deborah, don't open one arm. Try to see if you feel that your shoulder. Okay, let's all just go for one little thing. We get into the curve. So there is a certain definition of contracted left oblique and a little stretched right side. Despite this, make your shoulder blade and let's work equally. Whoa. So you can have a little contraction, but the work between your shoulder blades is equal, not just one. Both of the hands. Yes, yes. That was different. And good, good. Work your belly, work your wrists. Doing one more time. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1. Okay, okay, so let's just give it two places. You hit the line, you work your arms. It is really important. The wrists are there to decorate your movement. From here, palm delaying and then pressing your palms out and closing. This is one. Same when you, after you bam, 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 you get to your line, you can do a little more of your elbows when you're hitting it. But then when you're going through, think how, let's say, rotation, starting from the proximal bones, and my fingers are in delay. So when I'm here and I'm turning my wrist into, but my fingers are delaying. And then this is something can give my movement a different articulation. Yeah? Ready? I will count just a few more times, a little bit faster, so try to keep the flow. Flow is from your belly. Belly, breathing and recharging. Ready? And 1, sorry, speed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Not bad, not bad song. Joseph, Lisa, Jennifer, R from here goes through the circle. That. Don't just drop it down. It needs to be visual. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Here through the triceps and the outside edge of your arm to press up. 4 and 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So let's just try one more design here. Belly, yes. Let's think of triceps pressing out and the outside edge. So from the pinky to your elbow, this would be like like in the martial arts, some block defend. So you will defend yourself from a beating from the top. So what? This would be your thing, yeah? 5, 6. So I'm starting with the biceps, with the triceps, and then turning this area, placing it above my head. 5, 6, and then as it opens, I can drop down. One interesting thing about the following element I would like you to try is when we drop 5, 6, 7, when you go into the, give me just a second. Leave the arm on top for a moment when you go 5, 6, 7. And as you will be going back, try to bring out through the front trajectory to the moment of visualizing some belts pulling you forward and you pressing backward against this, like a little TRX thing when you will be like, I know, leaning against it and doing something. So as I'm going through my chassis, I'm thinking that resistance on the back of my palm is physical, and moving my arms to the back space actually helping me to visualize the build up in my curved shape through the torso. So it's something like this: 5, 6, 7, 8, and so 1, I'm closing and pressing 1, keep pressing 2, keep pressing 3. So for 1, 2, 3, you go close, side, close, but the idea of pressing back through your triceps, elbow, forearm, wrist is very physical, very real in your body. Ready? So we go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Yes. From beginning, we have 2 attempts just to enjoy it, to see that we can be not only students, but now performers. So you can exhale, you can give yourself some appels, you can give some attitude and expression. Even if nobody's seeing, it is fun to play with a Spanish passion and opposing an enemy or defending yourself, or being proud of yourself when you was able to maintain control in a situation of turmoil or disparity or anger, and you gain your control back. And this is one of the aspects you can notice. If the movement is dynamic, powerful, but through this deep inhale through your nostrils, you kind of calming yourself down, and you can go into the field that they scream, but at the place of conflict, you remain cool. Yeah. Ready. And from beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, almost there, almost. Present the clappers on 2, 2, and 3. Feel that you have enough time, and then 2 and 3 is your release, like you go into the hamster wheel. Yeah, yeah, good, very nice. One last time. I'm counting, same, just a little bit faster. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes. Very nice. I hope it was again just a little different attention to your wrist and to continuity. We did something more about the legs and pushing your pelvis the other day, and just a tricky fun coordination with the little claps. Also, ability to change from movement to movement without reducing your pelvis projection. This is something with all my indoor students who don't so well educated Paso. I keep saying and keep up in this, or how between steps back or forward. You don't allow to do this to keep your Paso characterization. Thank you for being here with me. It was fun dancing with you, giving you some expressive looks and ideas. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you, Nikolay. That was really fun. It was fun.